MN317 Negotiation and Dispute Resolution. Group Assignment Group 51 Apple and Beats Acquisition. Details on the background of the negotiation. Beats Electronics is a leading audio brand which was established in 2006 by Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Iovine was a previous co-founder of Interscope Records in the 90s, which went on to be one of the biggest and most successful labels of all time. Dr. Dre was a renowned rapper and was extremely successful as a record producer. When these two innovative minds collaborated to establish Beats Electronics, it was to no surprise that the company became very successful very quickly. Together, they had the perfect plan of combining an extremely talented artist and a music industry fanatic. Their knowledge of what demographics listen to their music and what type of products would be the most appealing to their target audience enabled them to be very successful in manufacturing audio products. This is a market that had previously been more established with companies like Sony. The huge amount of talent and the previous reputation of Beats is what Apple was looking for, as they were creating new products and services for their customers. Apple is a company that has frequently put importance on attracting the best talent, which is what led them to Iovine and Dr. Dre. Apple, valued at $647 billion in 2014, was a pioneer in the technology industry, with innovations such as the iPod, iPhone, and Mac. They were no stranger to being a trailblazer in their industry. Beats had a successful brand synonymous with the younger generation and a music streaming service. With Apple's creation of iTunes, they demonstrated that they wanted their brand to be strongly aligned with music. With Apple's intentions to develop stronger audio products and Beats' existing dominant brand, it was clear that a relationship between the brands would make both companies more successful.
Apple wanted to reshape its music landscape and improve their digital streaming platform. Beats wanted to improve and enhance Beats music. Ivan himself said, "I had been wanting to work with Apple at that point, it's probably 10 years. Apple wanted to create their own music streaming services and audio products, but it would be easier for the company to acquire Beats' technology and music streaming service. With their list of high-profile celebrities' endorsements and strong brand recognition, Beats would continue to act as a separate entity. They would, however, run the risk of struggling to keep up with current trends." Apple were willing to pay any rational amount for the acquisition as they believed the benefits would pay off for the purchase's price. Beats' reservation point couldn't go below their yearly revenue. They had a valuable reputation amongst young people and celebrities. Many people referred to the acquisition as a mistake and a failure. 6 years post-acquisition, many observed the little use that Apple made of Beats. During the negotiation, Tyrese Gibson posted a controversial video on Facebook of himself and Dr. Dre when Beats were rumored to receive the initial price of $3.2 billion. Despite the backlash received from the media, Apple and Beats proceeded with the deal.
The type of negotiation involved. Apple's acquisition of Beats is an example of an integrative or win-win negotiation wherein both companies benefit from its effects. This essentially means that all creative opportunities are leveraged and no resources are left on the table. Beats provided Apple with a collection of premium consumer headphones, earphones, speakers, alongside patented Beats audio software technology and the streaming music subscription service Beats Music. Beats effectively shut down and has been fully integrated into iTunes, allowing Apple to acquire a music streaming service for iTunes to compete with major rivals such as Spotify. Apple was able to retain Beats' crucial players and integrate them onto the iTunes team, bringing novel talent into the company while also providing previous Beats employees with new opportunities. Iovine and Dr. Dre themselves, founders of Beats Electronics, now hold senior roles at Apple, and other key employees were able to stay on following the acquisition. By adopting a cooperative orientation strategy, both parties were able to earn their slice of the pie efficiently.
The traits of both parties involved in this negotiation. Both parties involved demonstrated a preference for integrative negotiations, while maintaining the relationship between the parties and negotiating a win-win deal. Tim Cook, a cooperative negotiator, was the primary negotiator for Apple, and the styles he used in previous negotiations were consistent with this case. He had demonstrated extensive preparation before negotiations in the past, and shows knowledge of negotiation through his use of strategies. Tim Cook also tends to take note of his counterparty's tendencies and then adjusts his own negotiation strategy accordingly. Like Tim Cook, Jimmy Iovine has a cooperative negotiation style, but exhibits competitive tendencies. He was the primary negotiator for Beats during this negotiation. Jimmy Iovine tends to use brutal honesty to his advantage. He also utilizes empathy, persistence, and loyalty during negotiations to gain trust and build relationships. Iovine also had to work with Dr. Dre being unpredictable and leaking details about the deal on Facebook during this negotiation. The success of this deal through this leak to the press shows how skilled Iovine is as a negotiator. One of the major problems both companies ran into during the process of the negotiation was Dr. Dre's video leaking the details of the acquisition whilst intoxicated on Facebook. In the video, Dr. Dre claimed that Apple bought Beats for $3.2 billion. Later, when the acquisition was finally announced, it was revealed to be only $3 billion. Although it was never publicly released, it was assumed that Apple struck $200 million off their initial deal as a consequence for revealing confidential information regarding the negotiation. Furthermore, Apple took a creative approach to their method of compensation. Their final deal consisted of the majority paid in cash and a smaller percentage in investments in Apple.
Apple's acquisition of Beats Electronics and the Beats Music subscription service became the largest in the company's history. The company acquired Beats for $3 billion, consisting of a $2.6 billion purchase price and $400 million that will vest over time. In addition to this, founders Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine will join the company and offer their expert knowledge from years of experience in the music industry to Apple. It was Apple's intention to apply this acquisition into their own music streaming service, Apple Music. This venture has proven to be successful for the company, amassing over 72 million subscribers on the platform in June 2020 since its launch in 2015.
The negotiation between Apple and Beats proved to be successful. Both companies complemented each other. Beats had a successful brand popular with the younger generation, while Apple had the intention to develop stronger audio products. The negotiation was an integrative or win-win negotiation, resulting in both companies benefiting from the outcomes. The relationship between both parties remained intact as a result of this type of negotiation. Beats had been successfully integrated into iTunes, allowing for Apple to compete with music streaming service rivals such as Spotify. Beats employees were presented with new opportunities, including Iovine and Dr. Dre now holding senior roles at Apple. Both parties earned their slice of the pie. The primary negotiators displayed excellent negotiating skills. Tim Cook, on behalf of Apple, demonstrated extensive preparation and knowledge through his use of strategies. Jimmy Iovine uses brutal honesty, empathy, persistence, and loyalty during negotiations, gaining trust and building relationships. Iovine also successfully managed the problem of Dr. Dre leaking the details of the acquisition during the negotiation.